Hey everybody. That was a little technologically glitchy, wasn't it? My name is RJ Redden. I'm so glad you're here now. And today I'm going to be talking about 5 simple rules to build your bot. This is technologically agnostic. This is, no matter what kind of bot you're building, yay, you can hear me. This is so cool. I'll investigate that little problem later, but, welcome to the show. So these 5 simple rules are little mindsets that you need in order to make your bot building process smoother. Yes, you can take your entire family camping, in the woods 3 hours from your house. But if you don't pack anything, it's going to be a bumpy ride. Okay? If you pack something, if you prepare beforehand, it's going to be a lot more fun time. And that is the way it is with bots. With these 5 simple rules, mindsets, whatever you want to call them today, your option. It's your world. You create it. With these 5 things in mind, it's going to be a lot smoother ride. So, without further ado, darlings, let us embark on this little journey today. So, first thing to keep in mind when building your bot, and this is so hard sometimes when you're faced with all of the statistics about bot. My open rates are sky high. Oh my God, I got 4,000 people in overnight on my bot. When and here's the greatest marketing message of them all, right? You're going to miss out unless you jump on this right now. All of those things are going on, clanging in the foreground, and you're thinking, finally, I can be heard with bots. Yes, absolutely you can. But conversation first. It's our first rule, rule number 1. Conversation first. It is a conversation. Plan it out as such. If you are an analog type person, then you may wish to get a pile of sticky notes and a blank wall and plan your conversation out step by step. Now, everybody, Stacy says, I would like all my stats to be delivered with such enthusiasm. You could hire me to do that. I would do that, Stacy. I would do that. Anyway, conversation first, and everybody thinks they know how to have a conversation, and of course everybody does. But what I want you to think about when you're designing your bot, when you're first doing this, I want you to think about conversations that you've enjoyed in the past. What characteristics do they all have? I wrote some down for you. 50-50 is the first characteristic of a good conversation, okay? It is me talking and me listening. Half talking, half listening to you talk. If there's 3 people in, then it's 33 and a third all around. It is an exchange of ideas, a conversation is. It's an exchange. It's not one way. A lot of people get into bots and they write it, and they write it as 90% I'm giving you information, I'm giving you information, I'm giving you information, and all I'm requiring you to do is hit some buttons. That is not a conversation. That is more of a one-way deal. With some people that totally works. Different audiences require different things, but I want you to think about it as a 50-50 exchange of information. I want you to think about it as having a normal conversation. What's good about the good ones? Another one is I'm leading the conversation half the time. You're leading the conversation sometimes. Sometimes I'm checking to see if something's being understood. Sometimes I'm checking to see if people want to hear about this particular topic anymore. I'll tell you who I'm really good at checking on this one. My wifey. I know exactly when she doesn't want to hear any more of what I'm... When she is done hearing the nutshell version, boop, I know exactly. And that's a huge part of the conversation. Training yourself to think about how often do I need to check for comprehension? Hey, does that make sense to you? Does that sound good to you? Things like that. How often do I need to check if This is a topic that my person wants to hear about or doesn't want to hear about. And then creating a simple yes-no path in that conversation. Here's what I'm going to say if this person hits no. Here's what I'm going to say if they hit yes. And trust me, don't take it personally if somebody doesn't want to hear a particular topic that you want to talk about. It's fine. They want to hear from you the next day. It's okay. Breathe. It's not personal rejection. And in fact, it's information for you. If you write a bot sequence and you're talking about something and you offer somebody a yes-no point in the conversation, 90% of your people hit no, you know that either you need to introduce that differently or you need to come up with a different topic to talk about altogether. This bot stuff, it's not just about open rates and all of that. It's about this communication and it's about knowing your audience. This gives you an opportunity, my friends, to know your audience like no other technology does. Seriously. What kind of feedback am I getting on a Facebook post? Maybe I'll get some comments. That's cool stuff. Thank you for commenting, by the way. Love you guys. You're the best. But I don't know what you're thinking out there necessarily. I only know what you're willing to put in public on a broadcast. But when you're communicating with somebody in a bot, it's one-to-one conversation. And it's an opportunity to get to know people. What are their likes? What are their dislikes? What are their hopes? Why did they subscribe to your bot? Conversations, proper conversations, slow down and they figure this out. So remember that. The first rule is conversation first. Conversations are 50-50 and conversations offer that yes-no path, which is so important for you. All right, second rule of the road. Hope you're ready. Here we go. Most important tool for getting new eyeballs. I talk to people every day about bots. I am so excited about bots. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I would talk about them from morning to night if my pets and my wife didn't get sick of it. Okay. So very excited about bots. I talk to people all the time. And the most often asked question is this: how do I get it in front of more people? How do I get it in front of people? You know, there are a lot of technological tools that ManyChat offers. I'm sure that all the other ones offer them as well, darlings. But let me tell you this, and this is absolutely the truth, and this is what I ended up telling people all the time. The tools for getting it out there are nothing. They're nothing compared to what's your value proposition for them subscribing to your stuff. How are they going to benefit from subscribing to your stuff? If that's something that you can explain to me in 5 words or less, then I'll show you how to do I'll show you how to do all the technological stuff. It's fine. I got classes, I got templates, I got workshops, I got it up the kazoo over here. Kazoo? Did I say kazoo? I meant wazoo. Whatever. It's a live stream. Anyway, all the technological tools are there to get your bot out in front of as many people as possible. But you must be able to tell me, what's your value proposition? What is your bot going to teach them? What is it going to help them with? Is there a problem that they're going through right now that they, need some help with? How is your bot going to help your person who's subscribing? Subscribe to my bot because you like me. Okay. People get bored with that stuff, and all that does is pump your numbers with people who are just there because they like you, which are really great, but it's not going to help you do business. So think about what your value proposition is. I will give you an example. I'll give you mine. I don't tell people sign up for my bot. I say, listen, if you want to learn more about bots and, you want it delivered to you right in Messenger, I've got a free mini course on Facebook Messenger marketing. Go to checkoutmybot.com. That's what I do. The value proposition is, listen, if you don't know much about bots right now, and that's 90% of the universe, believe it or not, can't believe this Nebraska girl stumbled upon this thing. Thank you, Coach Jenny. Anyway, this is most people don't know about them, so my value proposition is aimed at many, many people. Do you want to learn more about bots? Click this link here. I've got a free 7-day mini course. So that is an example. Let's see. Oh, Stacy does not get sick of hearing RJ talk about bots. I never get. I'm so glad, Stacy. God, you and me together in the old folks' home. This is how it's going to be. Although it'll be in San Jose, not Omaha or San Diego. Sorry. Anyway, growth tools are nothing. The growth tools, I mean, they're great. Some you produce a link, some you produce a landing page, some you produce a piece of code to put into a Facebook ad, that will pop up somebody's messenger. They're all fun. They're all fabulous. But they're nothing if you don't have a solid value proposition that you can explain in a few words. Okay. Another rule of the road, number 3 here, a clear call to action. What do you want out of this bot? Now, when you're designing your bot, when you're writing your bot, all of those things, you're going to come up with, 17 calls to action. Hey, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Do you want to know when I'm going to go live streaming? Do you want to know when I'm speaking somewhere or running an event, or, do you want to be subscribed to tips and tricks about ManyChat? All of these things are calls to action in your bot. Fantastic. What I'm talking about right here, though, is your overall call to action. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do here? What are you trying to accomplish by getting people in here? What's your main motivation? Mine is, I want to get every single person on earth within the sound of my voice or the sound of their friends' voices. I want to get them all to a phone call. I want to figure out, if this is, if bots are a fit for their business, if bots are a fit for their personality. Sometimes it's right for your business, but you just don't have the patience to deal with it. That's fine too. I want to find out things on a phone call so that I can see, is this going to fit you or isn't this going to fit you? And maybe we could just collaborate and be friends and, share Diet Dr. Pepper. I don't know. I want to get everybody to a phone call. Every single thing that is written in my bot is written with that in mind. And I think that it really helps the bot not be a place where, lights are going off all the time, but, people are confused. New technology, people. Don't confuse people. Don't confuse them. Stay away from confusing stuff. Stay away from too much. I know that I get excited about bots. I get excited about bots, but I need to streamline, and I need to point that message toward, really, I want that. I want a phone call with you. And so all through my bot, it's scattered about the phone call, a little information about it, when you can have it, how long it is, it's a free phone call. All of that kind of stuff is scattered throughout the bot. And to me, it makes for a much more streamlined and cohesive bot, where I've seen a lot of bots out there just be a bowl of spaghetti, and not the good kind. Anyway, Kim. Oh, I've got, Kim, my dear Kim. Thank you. Thank you for putting that link in there for me, Kim. The customer service templates on my website, those, my friends, are free. They're free. They're templates that you can use to get started today with ManyChat. You can put a messenger button on your website that anytime somebody hits on that thing to chat now, they're chatting. They're giving you information, questions, subscribing to your bot right on your website. You can also put something very similar behind the send message button on your Facebook page. And there's also one for a link that you can send out. I've got 3 templates there. They're there for free. They're there for you. Sign up for those bad boys. Yeah, free. you know what? I've got other packages. I've got coaching templates. I've got direct sales templates. I've got all my templates, all of them, baby. I've got all of that for sale too. And that's wonderful stuff. But if you just want to take a baby step today, though, that's where to go. blackbeltbots.com/shop. So very good. And actually, Kim, you might have read my mind. That's exactly where I'm going here. Start simple. Okay. If you know, a lot of information there about bots. A lot to know, a lot going on, a lot of news about them. I'm filled with it every single day myself. I absolutely know. But the very best way to experiment with something, and that's what you're doing here with the bots. When you're starting out, you're experimenting. You're not going whole hog and getting 4,000 people overnight. What would you even do with that many people in your bot? I don't know. And I do them for a living. So you're experimenting. You're putting a toe in the water, putting something out there, seeing how people react. Tweak and adjust. Put something else out there. See how people react. Tweak and adjust. This is, and I'll tell you that a lot of marketing provides a lot of information. So take your website, for instance. Your website has analytics, whether it's Google Analytics or whether it's analytics with the platform that you built on or whatever. There's a lot of material out there that will tell you exactly what people are clicking on, what time of day, what kind of machine they clicked on it from, where they're sitting in the world, all kinds of information, right? Unfortunately, unless you're a professional like my friend Kim, look her up, Cup of Content. There's, you know, for folks that are just starting out, there's not always a real clear, like, what do I do with that information? With bots, you have the ability to start simple and start getting feedback right away. So let me explain. There's all this sorts of click information that you can get just like when you build a website and you see analytics. There's all sorts of clicked through here, these people stopped in the middle, these people stopped at the end, these people went on to the final call of action. You can get click rates for all of that. You can get open rates for everything. You can spreadsheet all you like, my love. You can do this. That is all available to you. But even the more important information for me is when I ask for feedback directly in the bot. Hey, so are you getting the information you hoped that you were getting when you first signed up for this? Can I help you in some way? Really finding out, you know, when people first drop into my bot, they are asked the question, what do you hope to learn? You better believe I use that information throughout the rest of the bot. You better believe I do, because they're telling me right up front what they expect. Well, all right. Are these people my kind of people? Fantastic. Let's make sure that this gets addressed. And I can tweak and tailor to my heart's desire. And I do that. I get a lot of customer feedback within. I love it as a market research tool, for sure. And that brings me to my final piece of love for you today. And if you're my client, you already know this routine. Please raise your right hand. Or whatever hand you feel like. Both, if you're like that. You know, whatever. I accept all kinds. Promise me 20 minutes a day. Promise me 20 minutes a day that you get in, you look around, you follow a little sequence you haven't followed in a while. You look at something that is already going out there. Look at your statistics. Think about if there are people that maybe haven't asked a question, but maybe they're struggling, and you see that and you can offer some help. Encouragement marketing, people, totally works. Let me tell you that. There are all kinds of things that you can do. In that 20 minutes a day, care and feeding of a bot. I know that the name is counterintuitive. It says bot. It ought to be automatic, right? It's like the Jetsons. Who remembers the Jetsons? No, you don't have to age yourself. I will. I remember the Jetsons. Anyway, there were bots all over the place. Doing the dishes, I don't know, washing the laundry, all sorts of household chores being done automatically by robots. Listen, the only automatic part of any of this is that the delivery of the messages is timed. It's you set the timings. The delivery of the messages is automatic. The message is you. And so we need you to keep tweaking that message, to keep adding things, to keep replacing stuff that's old, to keep adding new things. Hey, I've got some stuff coming up. We need you. If that's not the kind of time you want to put into it, I completely understand. May want to hire a VA to manage that bad boy. Okay? Anyway, that's what I got for you today. I just wanted to give you a real short rendition of these are the 5 simple things I want you to keep in your head when you're building your bot. These are the things that'll make it so much easier and clearer because all of the technologies that I've seen, and I've tried everything I've come across for bot building, all of them have some really neat growth tools that you can help to build your audience. It has all sorts of cool stuff. But, so it's easy to get lost in that. It's easy to get lost in all the cool stuff that you could do. It's easy to get lost in, I could add this new feature, and then millions of people would show up at my next live stream. All right. I may have gotten lost down that trail. Maybe. Anyway, you don't need to do that. Keep these things in mind. Go forth and build your bot. Hey, if you want some help doing that, if you want some templates, you know where to come. blackbeltbots.com/shop. That's where everything is. And I would love to see you in my bot. I would also love to see you in my bot building community, which is very creatively named. Are you ready? Black Belt Bots Community. And in there, we talk about building some bots. You know why, because we're all building one and or thinking about building one. Come by the community. Say hello, kick the tires. Maybe we're people that you could learn something from. Maybe we're people that you really want to hang out with. So please do come by. Black Belt Bots Community. Check out mybot.com if you've never heard of a bot and you deeply want to know what I'm talking about. And I'm going to have a show. I'm going to have a show on Thursday. That's going to be about building, it's going to be about building out a template, for events. How to get more people to your events is going to be happening on Thursday. Also, hey, if you're still here and you really want to check something cool out, I released a video on YouTube today, The Joy of Bot Building Episode 1. Go check that out if you'd like. And that's all from me today, darlings. I'll be back Thursday, 1 p.m. Central. And with that, my darlings, I will see you in a bot.